I'll see you again someday. And when I do, I expect to hear all about the real adventures of Captain Usopp.
They do know I'm the captain, right?
Let them have this one.
Generally speaking, romances in One Piece are almost non-existent. Oda-sensei has already made it clear to all of us that he does not intend to develop romances in his work, especially when we talk about romantic relationships between the members of the Straw Hats. However, even saying that he will not develop romantic couples in his manga, Oda-sensei still gave us several possible couples. And the most feasible of all these romantic relationships is without a shadow of a doubt the relationship between Usopp and Kaya. And this couple is so interesting because it brings up a pertinent discussion on topics such as courage, freedom, and fatherhood that occurs in the One Piece universe. Want to understand better what I'm talking about? Stay with me, we'll talk about this now. And well, my dear pirates, before we start, hit the like button with all the power of your hockey, and of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos, okay? And well, I always like to say that even though Oda-sensei doesn't like the idea of creating couples in his work, he still has no way to stop it from happening. After all, although the manga is his own, Oda still has to follow some of the marketing strategies that the directors suggest for him, since the image rights that Toei has over One Piece cannot stop generating profit. What I want to say is that in the future, wait for an anime called One Piece Part 2, One Piece Next Generation, or perhaps One Piece GT. It will happen! In the same way that Netflix's One Piece live-action series happened, Oda-sensei may have helped with the plot, he may have tried to hold the reins of production, but in the end, whoever dictates the rule is whoever holds the image rights. And that's why, different from the original work, Usopp and Kaya actually formed a couple within One Piece. It's not as if Oda-sensei didn't already want this to be done, because Usopp and Kaya are something more similar to a couple that we have in relation to the young people in One Piece, but as Oda himself has already made clear, One Piece it's not about romantic relationships, it's about a journey, it's about friendship and especially about freedom. And thinking about Oda's speech, I find myself thinking about the One Piece universe on this topic in general. We see how relationships between couples are often artificial and problematic. I don't want to do any kind of demagoguery or proselytism, but it seems very strange to me how the One Piece universe treats the figure of someone who goes to sea to prove their courage and bravery and find their freedom as something valuable and virtuous, simply abandoning their family. I know Oda wants to portray something that really happened, it's interesting, it really is. But it's bizarre to see that this is worshipped in a universe at the same time that it isn't questioned. To prove that you are a true man, a brave and free man, do you have to face the sea and leave your family alone? This is very strange. Oda has already mentioned that he shouldn't develop Luffy's mother, because giving Luffy a mother would be the same as taking away his freedom. For Oda-sensei, a mother is something contrary to the theme, adventure. Imagine if Goku, Naruto, Gon, or other protagonists had a mother or father. The story would be completely different, wouldn't it? On the other hand, all of these characters had some father figure who replaced and filled this gap. Seeing Usopp now, I see how he is the opposite of all that. Unless Oda-sensei finally transforms Usopp into a legendary warrior in Elbaf, he will still remain the same man he always was, fearful, weak, and without great prospects. And guys, it's okay if he's like that too. I like how Usopp recognizes his limitations, he is really a more humanized character. However, the quest to be like his father himself makes Usopp a frustrating character at times. I would like Usopp to have a transformation arc where he would really accept himself and admit that he doesn't need to be like his father, especially because his father simply abandoned him with his mother who died ill. Usopp has already assumed that he doesn't need to be the strongest. I really like a scene where he and Nami talk about how they both differ from the entire team because they are much weaker than the rest, but that still doesn't make them any less important, but it seems that Oda forgets that.
みんなの迷惑にならないくらいの強さは欲しいし。ウソップ、あんたなら分かってくれるでしょ。私たちはあいつらとは違う。あいつらの強さは化け物並み。自分の力だけでどんな敵にも立ち向かっていける。だけど あんたと私は何の力もない普通の人間。戦いが始まればみっともなくただオロオロするだけ。自分の身を守ることもできずに足手まといになるだけよ。
He, his mother, and even Kaya suffered in solitude waiting for someone who could complete them. Usopp and Kaya are replicating the story of Usopp's parents, the only change is that they don't have a son. So, when One Piece comes to an end, I would love to see Usopp go away to his homeland, meet Kaya, and finally be together. If that happens, it would make him a much braver and freer character than his father ever was. Because the promise of fulfilling their goals and meeting again in the future is something that is already established. So, even if Oda-sensei doesn't want to develop romances in his work, I believe that at least this couple will form in One Piece.
この仮面かっこいいな。粘土で作ろうぜ。あれ、かやさんどこ行くの？
帰って医者の勉強続けるわ。私も早く一人前になってウソップさんが傷ついて帰ってきても全部直してあげられるようになってなきゃ。
いいな、キャプテン。
But I want to know your opinion about everything we commented here today. But of course, if you made it this far it's because you like the content, so it doesn't hurt to subscribe to our channel and become one more member of our fleet, my dear pirate. And of course, do not forget to press the like button that helps a lot in spreading the video and the channel, so help us to become the largest fleet of pirates here on YouTube, okay? A big hug for everyone! And until the next video!